Hello, everybody. Welcome. Welcome. How's everyone doing? How is everybody? Just started drawing, so this is great. Nice. Hope you enjoy drawing. Yo, you're not tired? No. I just found something. You might be wondering why the stream is called The Forbidden Tool. Well, it's because I think I have found the Forbidden Tool. I remember something I saw somebody using in Krita, and so I searched it up again, and it's very easy to use. And guess what it does? That's right. It allows you to set perspective points and then have your brush snap to that perspective. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's cheating, but it's beautiful. It's the forbidden tool. It looks way better. Yes. I'm gonna be able to make complex perspective tool complex perspective so much easier. The perspective tool. Okay, I made it sound a little more uh crazy than it actually is. It's just a perspective tool. But still, I've never used a perspective tool. For some reason I've avoided it. Now, uh I just because of this fucking design I'm making, I caved and I was like, okay, let me look at what the fuss is about. And guess what? The fuss is indeed about, and it is very good. Why don't I have this on pen and paper? Damn, let me take my breakfast at least, then eat. But yeah, it's beautiful. I drew up this like engine or this like rough outline of it really quickly. I'm gonna do it again because I just winged a bunch of the elements, and I want to do it properly. But still, I'm so happy I found this. I set the perspective lines uh beyond the canvas, so it's not that narrow. But yeah, we're just gonna have so much more of an enjoyable time actually drawing this damn thing. Now that I have, oh my god, look at that. Just that. There, done. Got a line. Oh, you want another one? Here you go. Here's another line. Oh, another one? There. Done. Bam. Bam. I'm gonna make a box. Bam. Click on this corner. Holy shit. I'm unstoppable now. My fucking god. Oh my god. What is happening right now? Just caught the stream. I found a forbidden tool. A tool that will make the traditional artists frown and shake their heads, being like toots 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 toots. I don't know how to pronounce the tongue smacks. Um, those digital artists and their cheating tools. Yeah, I can't help it. So and I can also just turn it off. Because like I can't do diagonal lines. If I wanted to touch this corner with this corner, I can't do that. So what I can do is just turn off the assist tool, do this, without the tool, and then I know the middle of the square, and then I could just go up from there. There you go. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Oh, Okay. The base of this. So how do I don't actually know how to find the middle of side. I think I need to stress too much about that. Doesn't have to be perfect. There. Make it. Maybe there's uh not the thing on Krita, but on Photoshop you can take a shape and make it in 3D and move it around. No, no, I'm happy with this. Okay, and then we need. Am I gonna separate it here? There. And need a line here. There you go. Let's color it in just so you can get a bit of a better idea of what the hell I'm actually doing. Dark side. Oh! There you go. This is what it's looking like at the moment. Du. What humming?มันไปตามมันไปตาม perspective หมดเลยเขาแค่ออกแบบได้เรื่อยๆเลย Okay, continue. Um, what do we do? Is this? I think I want to have the roll level, and then there's this side bracket. I put it Gesundheit. Then we have the frame of the uh I have to choose where I want the big drum. I'm gonna just like freehand sketch it out because because the drum goes here, then the second one here, then when the lines that and crossing, this is where those thingies start. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Gotta be like there. Okay. Me cheat again. These are the drums or the rolls. Oh, and I think I need to separate the actual shape lines from the guidelines because it's gonna get messy really quickly with all the lines being the same thickness. Um, yeah, let's do that. So I'm gonna have the actual shape of the gonna be a bit messy, right perspective. that, and then it cuts in here. Cut in more. I want to see the, and then let's do my this document is such a mess. Here, here, no. This, no. This, no. This, no. This. 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 Where the f is my reference? Gotta love not labeling things. This. This. Yes! Here it is. Move that to the top so I don't lose it again. I gotta find what I just opened and close it again. This. Yes. Aha. Such a clean workspace. Yeah, what I was looking for was all the way down to what does that thing connect? So these aren't. We need to decide where here. Sorry, I'm not talking much. I'm actually just very much enjoying the process of doing this. Now that I have the tool, it just feels so much more like a weight has been lifted off my head because I don't have to actually stress too much about having it be in perspective, and I can just focus on actually designing the damn thing. And I'm gonna have the string be on a separate, make it too messy. This string goes underneath. Their string above. So they cross over. And this fucks off to that one way over here. There. And then here. There. That's what the cloth does. Now we need to go back to our guides. Assist. So we have those things come out here. They come down to up from the line. This is where those 16 prongs will come out of. I think I'm gonna actually different color green. Green is not the right color. Red. I'll do red, even though the string is also red. Be fine. Make it thicker. So here, up, up, over, here, there. That's their little box. Here. What the fuck? There. It'll make sense. It'll make sense. Okay, now the issue is I have to basically separate this thing into equal 16 equal squares. I don't think that's gonna be easy. This, I have to separate this here into 16 equal quadrants. But I think I'll start with 4, and then I'll draw one of those arms, and then we'll just copy it over, and see how that goes. Actually, I've already drawn those arms, so I can, if those images are in perspective, or I can just wiggle them to have them be in perspective. So limbs, I get one singular one. I have it lying around. Are you? Becoming less comprehensive by the minute. I think it's becoming more comprehensive. What are you talking about? Ah, here you go. There you go. We are the This is what I'm talking about. This limb. Ew, that one's ugly. No, that's not the one I was looking for. I have nicer ones. These ones. I want these ones. Press Control C again. Fuck. Control C. S. Control V. There you go. There it is. This is what I'm looking for. These go here. And then they go down. So that's the plan. Is I need... There are 16 of these. So the first one starts here. I need to abide by that perspective. There's a few things I need to fix that. First stick, these will be like really cut off. Like, I basically need to redraw the whole thing. Why the hell? Just, yeah. So It instead, this needs, none of it's following the perspective. Up, over. Isn't it starting to make sense, everybody? Huh? Isn't it cool? It's starting to make sense, right? No? It is, isn't it? A little bit. Yeah, I don't think I need to have this be perfectly in perspective, just enough to like serve the job at the moment. Color it in, and then we can start pasting it down. I'm gonna have this be long, so I'm gonna erase it afterwards. There. There. Okay, there you go. Now, gonna dot where this corner is. So I know that this dot here, black, this dot here, and this dot here needs to align with these lines as I move these over. So that's what we're gonna do. I need to have two versions of this. I have to have one that's in, and this one's out and up, and then I have one that needs to be down and in. So let's roll E, and then E, make a version of it, and then I'll move this one over it. And this one's gonna be our little bit in and a little and down. It's gonna be covered mostly. Well, let me try and map out the 12 spots. One. Wait, hold on. If it's 16, then it has to be 8 per side. So it's quite spaced out. Is 16 going to be too little? 8 here. 2 quadrants. Quadrant. I'm fucking stupid. My brain isn't working. Hold on, let's just try and fill it and see how many we can fit. If, cause this close together seems nice. For the size of the thing, this makes sense to me. So let's just 1, 2, 3. One. 22 of them? We could fit 22. I guess. Shit. Do we want them for... Hold on. Let me try. I just want to see if it's like... If I move it like further apart. Like they have to be like at least this close to make that right. If it's like this far, it feels sort of too sparse. Like this makes sense and the lines going in between. Yeah, they have to be that far apart. So it's going to be 22. Separate this in pairs. I'm an idiot. Harder. So 11 for this side. 11 for 1, 2. Fuck. One more. 2, 3, 4. 7, 9. Still 10. Closer. Scoot a bit closer. 4. 10. There you go. And then 11. I'm just doing it by eye, which is not good. There's definitely a better way of doing this, but I'm just gonna scoot them over till it looks right. Here. 1, 2, 5. 7. There you go. Wait, what? Fuck. When? 21, 20. Where the... Okay, never mind. I told you I'm stupid. What? Where did the extra one come from? 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and then 22. Okay, there you go. There you go. Now we're good. And then we also are going to mark which ones are going to down. So this one down. There you go. So let's make a down version of this. This, I think. Let's do that. Easy. Now the issue is I actually also have to move it inwards. So how far can this thing move inwards? As if it's like as soon as it moves too far inwards, it suddenly looks bad. But up. You are not much room for it to even move back. What the fuck do I do? What if I move it forward? Yeah, hold on. Yeah, what if I just move it here, pretty much? Have it go forward and down instead. That might be more appealing to look at. Yeah, I think so. So this is the back position. So it moves like this pretty much. It'll be here, then it goes in like this, then it pops up, then it comes out, and then it goes down. Probably better. This. There you go. Okay, and now we just do G, group these two together. Oh, cool. Let's clean up edge for go. Now, just C, B, group another version of them, and just move them along. And then just adjust it every time to make them fit into the lines. Or again, 6. Right? And 14. It's too fucking big. Then the last row. There you go. We looks ridiculous. Is that too much? I mean, what do you think? How is that? It's a lot, but it also looks quite cool. This is a war machine for grandmas that like to sew. Yeah, pretty much. Too much, you think? I think I like it. Will knit a war sweater, it indeed will. Now I need to. It is. Looks cool though. Yeah, it does look cool. Is 22 too long though? I... Where's the. How much does 13? This is twice as many fucking jiggly bits as the thing I used as reference. Personally, I like it. Yeah, I like it too. I'm like, I think the size of each thing is good. Compared to the engine, the size is good. So the issue is if I make it just shorter, like how long it okay, if this is I think we need a size reference at this point to like give perspective of what the hell this like how big this thing is. Let's see. So a person I'll have him laying down. A person laying down would need to be as long as this thing. So like this is how big the machine is compared to a person laying down. Is that like that's not too much? It looks very fun to draw another later on. Yeah, I'm fucking myself over in the long run because the thing is, I'm gonna draw this thing once. I will never draw this creature again. I don't think. I'm never gonna draw this thing again. Looks good. Okay, we're good. So now let's. I'm gonna draw the strands separately so we can see um how they cover the spikes. So we're gonna reduce the clutter even more. So the strands would go. Here's the first batch. Second. This under. So there's a gap in between uh each bundle of string or I think in the end that'll make enough sense. Then we see them like moving along here. Yeah, I think the. Oh yeah, that looks. I'd say that looks really nice. Actually, if I like actually draw the strings properly together, like that really looks like something that can weave. I'm happy with that. Will These creatures make a lot of noise as they use the loom. Is the string gonna be red? No, no, it's just a placeholder color. We can try and play around with the colors to see how it would affect the kind of blue string, I guess. Like lower saturation. Take this. Well, if you want. Make it blue for now. Dull blue. There you go. But yeah, the creature would make a lot of noise when it's weaving. It would basically sound like a giant typewriter. Would a mage with prosthetic arms be able to cast spells faster, or is the blood close enough to not make a difference? I don't know. I don't think... I don't want to think about travel time of mana too much through different materials. That would be a thing that exists, right? Like, if we think about it as a proper calculable force, then yes, that would exist, but I don't want to think about it because it'll add so much more complexity to something that's already way overthought. You can make it yourself if you want. Just think of the different travel speeds through different materials mana has, but I'm not gonna do that. Love the ribcage sewing machine of death. Thank you. Yeah, I'm really happy with how it's going actually. This perspective tool is really helping me like figure shit out. God, that looks so nice. It does look nice though. Sadly, I didn't separate these into each individual layer because then I could have like tried shuffling them to see what it would look like. They're connected in pairs, so I can't like move them individually. I wouldn't be able to do that either anyway. I'd have to separate each one individually, then move it individually. It's gonna be tedious. Is this a witch spawn or something? Yes, it's a giant loom turned into a witch spawn, witch minion. Okay, now I'm happy with these. All of these. Here. Yeah, there you go. I'm happy with that. Now left is most of this is gonna get covered up by the creature itself. Actually, I don't even know what the hell. But these are like the guiding get held up. Pulleys. Not right. There are these things here. Maybe I can't. I don't like the one separate one. Whoops. Press some random button. This top part, um, up here is mostly going to be empty, but this is where I want a bunch of like rolls of the. Oh, right. Still missing that thing I drew. Shit. Hold on. There's another thing I need to add. Um, what order does those and oh, thank you for the $10, Lecky. Hello. You haven't been around a minute. Still world building hard. Yes, indeed. Still world building hard. But yeah, thank you for the $10. Appreciate it. Currently just toiling away at this incredibly not. I don't want to toot my own horn, call it incredibly complicated and difficult to draw thing. No, it's just hard for me. Incredibly hard to draw thing for me. Um, and hoping for the best. But yeah, on this side, I was gonna have like a bunch of spools of wire sticking up diagonally. So behind these panels, basically in this like middle column, there would be spools like this that is feeding the machine, all like arranged next to each other, and probably in like a staggered manner as well, same as these. So like an upper row and lower row like this, and that just goes on all along this part because that's where the bugs that live inside of the bear replace the rolls with new thread to fuel the printing machine. I'm still world building hard too. Nice, nice. Don't want to toot my own horn. Look at it. No, I mean, what I mean to say is like I don't want to make it sound like it's a fucking incredible achievement to like nobody else can draw this. No, it's hard for me. That doesn't mean it's hard for everyone. Like I'm confident there's hundreds of concept artists who could just pump this kind of design out in a fucking hour, you know, because they're crazy like that. For me, this is like really hard though. Like my brain's fucking steaming just looking at this thing. How's the perspective? It's going really well actually, because I got the tool. I'm cheating. That's why it's going well. But yeah, is there actually enough space here for the thing that I want? Because this is like, if we're looking here, that's like the width of a human head. How big is that? How big is my head? Yeah, you could shove some string into that. So yeah, let's. I gotta change the perspective of these then. These make it look like it's close together. Then I'll have to figure out attaching them up too. Yeah. So these struts here, the the screens need to go over them. Don't know how these struts attach yet. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna draw what's behind this. I'm just winging it. Let's just say it's like, come on, draw the line. Ew. Too close together boards. This, then it can have spools run along this of them either side. It would make a lot of sense if I counted how many of these are compared to how many rows of strings there are, but fuck that. I'm not doing that. I'm at the extent of my how much I care about details. Um, yeah. Also, okay. This is looking nice. Thank you. I'm terrible trying to work stuff like this out, especially in perspective. Using a tool is not cheating. Using a hammer for a nail is not cheating. Well, yeah, I get it, but like, like if I were to have drawn the perspective lines myself and stuff like that, I probably would have gotten better at it over time. But with this, I'm basically just skipping myself learning. But it also allows me to do things much sooner because I don't have to learn the fucking thing, you know? Uh, and I still need to follow the principles of perspective, I guess. I need to know how far the points should be. And also I need to know how to find like the middle lines and stuff like that. So I guess I'm still like not losing out on learning. Also, I've started a world building for some original characters of mine, and one of the factions was inspired by Rom. Oh, nice! That's great. I wish you good luck on that. I wish you good luck on your project. But yeah, so this is where the bugs are, and they constantly like change this stuff out, and they also just like walk around the inside of the machine, like maintaining it. But the thing is, I want this to be mostly an empty space. I don't know how I'm gonna achieve that in the design, because I don't just want it to be empty, empty. I want it to be like the bugs are in here, but not have this be fully like covered with a cloth. Because I think a really interesting part of the silhouette of the bear is that it's like this. It's a giant brick of a loom, and then the struts up top that hold it together, um, like this, and then the giant form of the creature, which makes it so it's like a big chunk in the middle, torso, and then like this really thin line at the top, and this empty space going right through it, which I think is an important element to keep, is to have this be able to be looked through. I don't want to cover this. Um, so I'll have to figure something out for that, but I don't think I should worry about it now. We're just focusing on actually the raw uh piece itself, not the creature that's around it. I mean, honestly, I this is put the screens in here, make them red. Not this, and then I'll have to figure out a way to attach them to the top. Probably make like a wider bracket here. Lets them ride along it. This is where the looping about. Yeah. อยู่ในมุมมองที่ถูกต้องแล้วมันก็ดี Okay, and then the other You, honey. Love you. There. There. That's and then these go all the way through till here. And then I need to done. I need to make a breakdown of it opening, because obviously this is just the outside. You need to see what the hell the inside looks like too, and how these guys look on the other side, and what's going on in here. Shit. Yeah, I think the hardest part for me is actually gonna be just what's here, like on the outside here, because if like this part's like kind of comprehensible, you know, the side panel here, and I'm basically figure that out how I want it to look. But then like like what is going on with these cogs and shit? I'm just gonna have to wing it and make up some garbage, like some random big wheel here, and whatever, and then the rest is going to be covered by the body. So I just need something that looks convincing enough. Thinner, actually, because I need string to go through here. The rolls gonna be floating here. I'll have to find a way to attach those. It'll be fun. I'm trying to do rough 3D model of this right now. Oh god. Good luck. Good luck. Sorry. Why are you doing this to yourself? Let me add. Fabric, where yourself. Oh, I can use my cheating tool to do this. Whoops. Ha ha ha. Cheating. Favorite pastime activity. You know, actually, this thing isn't that bulky, if you think about it. It's not that bulky. Like, this is the heaviest piece, is like the middle. And then this whole bottom section is just these thin arms and then rollers. It just looks big because there's, big uh like strips of string that cover up the empty space. So it's not that big. Not that big. And then we have the part that goes all the way up there. This is going to be a complete mess. And then we have to see the oh no. Oh no. Something. We will see a little bit of the inside actually because um we're going to have to see the ends of these pins on this side of the machine. Don't snap. Hold on. I'm being stupid. I have to. So my brain. Oh no. Here. Like here? No. Oh no, man. Like somewhere here. So that means just sort of wing it. There would be the head of draw. Draw. The head of this thing would be here. And then the head of this next one would be fucking would be here, and then the next one is down there. And then the string of these would go all the way here. Up there as well. I have to design the heads of these as well, what those look like. Perhaps you could simplify it? What? Simplify it? Who do you think I am? I only make things harder for myself. Make it easier? The fuck are you talking about? So is the design smaller? What do you mean smaller? Somebody was using a blender in my house, and I thought it was my PC making a sound and freaked out. Oh, yo, up late enough to catch one of these again. Whippy, whippy, yippee. Hello, toaster. I would never have to time to do any of this tedious work and perspective anytime soon. I mean, I'm just using a cheating tool, so it's not like the perspective is what's difficult. It's just me making it tedious. Yeah, the heads of these. Hold on, let me. Uh, so they're basically just this shape, right? They're one of those. Um, and the head, I wanted to make it look like a sewing machine head, which will be kind of have have a little wheel, this, and then this comes out. And then that. There, like that. It doesn't make sense. I mean, the whole thing doesn't make sense. Who cares? Yeah, but it really doesn't make sense. It's like it doesn't have a base or a needle. Why the fuck does it look like that? Yeah, I'll have to hold on. I think we need to run a string along each of these. Like, where is the string coming out? So the tip of it has a string that comes out and weaves under these two rollers. So what the fuck is that string doing? Well, we could just do this and just have it be like a very cheap and cheating kind of solution. Hold on. Just do this and then just have a roll on the thing that, and then just have that feed into some sort of mechanism. Like that'd be cheapest solution, I think. So how do we connect that to? How do we connect that to this? Like, how did this transition into that? It looks sort of just taped on, like. I don't know enough mechanical reference. See if I can find a part in these that sort of resembles what I need. Um, nice if they were better resolution. something like this works. So they bend inwards a little bit first. So this is like going up, and then that's the little hook at the bottom or at the top. The hook at the top, and the side arm like this. Question: how does this thing not wobble out of position? It only has one anchor point, which is a swiveling joint or a swivel point. I have no fucking idea. We're just not gonna think about it. Let's just say it just works. It just works. There's some fucking witch magic that makes it so it doesn't fall any. Well, actually, we can just say that this little lever arm has like a little bit of metal that prevents it from turning too far to the side like this. Like it just stops there. So yeah, that can be the excuse. Um, would that cause too much uh, like tension on that little bit of metal? Yeah, probably, but let's not think about it. Um, why is it animated at all? Same thing that moves the beast also moves the loom. Yeah, yeah, magic, magic. Moves with magic. I mean, it's gonna have legs. This is literally we're just spending hours and hours on the midsection of the creature, not even the rest of the body. If the rest of the body looks shit, I'm gonna scrap this midsection. Like this is never gonna see the light of day if I can't figure out what the hell fits around it. But because this is the most complicated part, that's why we're sort of obsessing over it. Are you doing anything for free K YouTube subs? No. I'm bad at like event shit and stuff like that, so I don't think I'd do anything. I'd go yippee, and then that'd be the end of it. Any, I still couldn't it just be welded? Well, the thing is, there are simpler ways of connecting things. There are simpler ways to do everything. It's just which looks the best, you know? So I could just stick like these bolts on the side don't need to exist. I can remove this and just have it stuck on the end like that. There you go. And just have it welded here. But bolts make it more interesting design-wise, you know? So that's the only reason I'm going with them is because they look better. There's something more to look at. It's the same reason why each of these components are like curved like this. You know, like they can just be a straight line like this, but that's not interesting. I like them curved. It's a loom witch that looks like a bear. No, it's a loom minion of the sewing witch. It's one of her minions. This isn't even her. And the funny thing is, she isn't this complex. Like the thing that made this isn't as complex as it, which kind of goes against rules of concept design, I guess, where you make the minion of a boss more visually interesting than the boss. But I couldn't help it. Loom came to mind, and for some reason, like the sewing witch being a giant loom doesn't fit right with me for some reason. And scrub the lint out of them ever so often. I mean, that's why the bugs are with it. I think the bugs would have a large part in maintaining them, cutting the strings and cleaning them somehow. I mean, the bugs don't really have a part of their body that could be used to clean, but they'll figure some way out. They can probably clean it somehow. Hold on. If you haven't seen the bugs, this is what I'm talking about. The weevils. Looking at this now, these are so much simpler than what the fuck I'm doing now. Even this I thought was tedious because I decided to do this stupid like umbrella thing in the back. But the body shape is really simple, and now that is being overshadowed by this monstrosity. Like a lobster before the transformation. No, no, no. That's a different witch. I imagine the witch having to take apart and scrub the. Oh, you already said that, or I already read that. Yeah. Well, yeah. The witch taking care of them more than just them being like grunts and minions that she couldn't care less about would actually make sense. Like if you think about it, for some reason, like weaving or sewing and stuff like that is a creative outlet, right? So I feel like it'd make a lot of sense for the witch who made these things to be attached to them to a certain degree. Uh, where is that? Where is that layer? Yeah, so because she spent a lot of time making each of them, like the loom bears especially, she'd be sewing each of them individually. So it would totally make sense for her to tend to them and clean them and patch their like wounds and stuff like that. Yeah, I think that'd be really nice. It'd make the relationship between the witch and the minions deeper, instead of just like the witch is just idling in her fucking base and the minions just go out and come back and do their job. She's like maybe has names for them even. Like that'd be fun. Loomster is slang for the freakishly long French fries in comparison to other fries. What? Loomster is a slang for the freakishly long fry or freakishly long French fry compared to the other fries. Why is there a, a slang for that specific thing? And who, like, from the perspective of the other fries? Or do people call that the long fries that? Like, do the other fries call the big one a loomster? Heirloom used to transport the witch ride wagon? No, no, the witch wouldn't be moving much, really. She could totally ride one, though. That'd be cool. Fun. A funny sight to see. Oh, right. And also, uh, up like. I thought about if I wanted. Do we want these things tilted inwards? Would that make it better? I mean, would that make it better? I'm like, you know, they're going straight down. I'm thinking maybe if we tilt them inwards just a slight bit, it would. But the no, no, like we get two separate things out of that, or we get two separate like looks from that, because this is like square, right? They're at a right angle, and it makes it look really bulky. By lower the two. let's try it out. Um, the way we can try it out is I'm just gonna make a big rectangle that shows the shape of what we have at the moment. I don't know if this is gonna be enough of a visual help to help me figure out what the hell looks better. It is. So this is what the shape of the things currently is. Then let's try another version. There. But have it go inwards. Let's say at like that angle. So they'll come out sort of here. It's not a big change. I want to know how it makes me feel looking at it. Hmm. What are we thinking? I mean, it makes it more sleek. It's what I expected. Like it fits the cuz the main body shape is like a wide square, right? It widens out at the bottom. So having the the things be a wide square but at the top sort of makes it an interesting like hourglass contrast where this goes up and this goes down, right? But it definitely looks less bulky though. Like I can already tell just looking at this. It's like it looks sleeker, but also like it's losing some of that bulkiness. I think I'm fine with. I'd rather have the sleekness. Yeah. And also it makes it so when the torso opens, the slant of them is gonna be really nice. Because okay, when the torso opens, here. So the torso opening, there's these two rollers in the middle, and the big rollers to the side. Um, then the this roller, then another one, right? And then these would be sticking out here from here. So if they were straight, they would just be sticking out like this, even when the chest is open. But then if they're slanted like that, then we get a little bit of this going on. Just a tiny bit. Which I think is gonna be nicer. And then their string runs down into here. Bam, 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 and then the little rolls on the back of their heads. Right? Hold on, I think I want the rolls to this way. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But yeah, I think having them slanted works then. Yeah, let's do it slanted. I'll have to redo the whole thing. I have to redo all of the fuck are they? I was about to 3D model that part. Lucky you. I decided to change it now and not later. I'm still gonna keep the original square one so we can still need these, these. So we're just gonna shift it from its already existing pivot point. We're just doing this, moving this to here, and just turning it inwards. Pretty much. Okay, there's an issue though. Well, no, there's not really an issue. Whee! This much. That. Further. A little too far. Hold on. Yes. can also actually show where these faintly. Here. Yeah, there you go. Now we need to copy these over and over again. Oh no, they're in. They? Wait, no, I drew that in the wrong spot. Shit. Yeah, they gotta be. This one is there, that's right, but hold on. This one is behind this. I'm gonna have to fix that afterward. Can't put that all in. Yeah. Let's just that far. It's gonna be a lot more guesswork because I don't, and they're not straight. Be a little harder to tell. Putting them in the right spot, so I'm try to go off of vibes, I guess. People are leaving. The stream's just getting thrilling. What do you mean it's getting thrilling? Completely boring. Completely understand why they're leaving. I'm not talking or entertaining at the moment. Fucking staring at a loom. I think I made a big mistake. A lot of them. There's a lot more than there were before. The fuck is going on? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. What the fuck? There were there were 22 before. What the hell changed? Give me a sec. Control G. Give me. Where are they? Shit. Uh. Ah. Yeah, they're tighter together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Okay, I need to space these out more. There's one too many, or two too many. This is as many as we had before. Uh, so let's just fucking do that, I guess. Let's just shimmy that along. Whoops. Counting is hard. If it looks close enough, it'll be fine. If it looks like it's correct enough. See? It's fine. We're fine. It's fine. Fixed it. Enough. To just I just want to get an idea of what the hell it looks like, you know? I can fix it later. What are we thinking? Straight or bent inwards? Straight, bent in. Ah. It's a hard choice, actually. To me, I think this is a hard choice. Because, like, hmm, bent inwards? Yeah, I can. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think bent in. Square, I just like how bulky it looks, but I get it, because, like, there's not much space here, and when it opens, like, it's a lot more worth it of this. And inward looks more natural. Yeah, it also does look more natural. But that's sort of the thing. Like, I do like how just industrial this looks. Like, it just looks like a def machine, like a grinder. And then this looks, yeah, it does look more natural. But yeah, I think I agree. Let's do the bent inwards. I think it's more worth it in the long run. When it opens as well, it's gonna be nicer to look at. They're bent in. Yeah, you're right. Um, Daniel, you're completely right. Straight down looks like they are dangling by gravity. Yeah, having them curved in makes it more intention, intentional and intention. Like there's something pulling them inwards that is, yeah, it's actively working and doing something. Yeah, this does kind of look. Yeah, now that you mention it, it does kind of look like they're just dangling there. Yeah, completely agree. Completely agree. You've won me over. I like the turned in more. Turned in is better. No, it wraps people up with the loom. That's why it's a loom. Yeah, inwards is a lot nice. Okay, I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna have to go eat something. Hungry. Yeah, that took 2 hours. We've streamed for 2 hours. 2 hours already? Jesus. For this, for barely anything, but I enjoyed it. I'm very happy with the progress I'm doing. I don't think it's gonna be too hard to finish this up. I'll have to draw an in perspective version of this open. I'll probably draw it standing up next to this, like over here. I'll have to extend the canvas out. Uh, but yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. No shit. HD, welcome to the stream and goodbye. I guess I'm ending the stream. It's already been 2 hours. And I'm running out of steam. I'm drawing slower and slower, so I'd rather just take a break and then come back to it in a little bit. When I joined, I wasn't sure what was being drawn except for the guy laying. It made me realize is the most complex trolley problem. No, it's not a trolley problem. But yeah, rip to the people who just joined in. I'm sorry. I have to go now. My people need me. My stomach needs me, I guess. Still worth. Thank you. But yeah, to the people who stuck around, honestly, I don't know why you stuck around. It was incredibly boring. I was incredibly silent and just working on this thing quietly. But I hope you enjoyed it. I guess hope you enjoyed it, and thank you for sticking around with me. I'll probably not stream until I finish this, and then we do the body that is around this thing. That's when I'll probably start streaming again because there's no point in streaming this. It's just gonna be a very quiet and me just mumbling to myself while working. It's not worth it. Uh, but yeah, I'll see you guys when I'm done with this, and you'll probably see updates on YouTube as well or Twitter. But yeah, take care. Take care. Edge of my seat. Incredible. Thank you. Like a roller coaster. Bet this was so much more entertaining than a